I live on the front lines, in the frying pan of risk and liability. So the home inspection industry is one of the highest risks and business that you can be liable. Prong receptacle, three-prong receptacle, and then GF, everybody know what GFCI stands for? We all know what it stands for. Ground Fault Circuit Interrupter. It's the type of receptacle that trips, for some of you, the hair dryer. Something will trip.
You said it's the ground fault
Circuit.
Yeah, ground fault circuit interrupter. And actually, it's stated a little bit in reverse, because it interrupts the power, interrupts the circuit if there's a fault in the ground. So in other words, I'm standing in the garage in my bare feet on the concrete floor that's a little bit damp and strike my electric guitar. I could be electrocuted. But if it's, my guitar is plugged into a GFCI, what's going to happen, the mechanics is that outlet is going to interrupt the circuit of electricity if there's a fault in the ground. Fault in the ground means I'm the fault. I'm going to become the ground rod. And it senses that and shuts off immediately. Ground fault circuit interrupter.
Is that primarily for water or to locations near water?
Yeah, like garages. Any place you can imagine a sink in a house.
Yeah, right.
Any place you can imagine a sink. Where's an abnormal place to find a sink? Like in a family room? Why would there be a sink in a family room? Yeah, and a wet bar.
Okay.
Yeah, and should it have a GFCI? Yeah. By today's standards, this is why I brought this screen up. You ready for this? What if I get to an old house, 1960s? Excuse me. What if I get to that 1960s house, the wet bar has a two-prong receptacle in the family room. Is that illegal or isn't it illegal?
It's not.
It's grandfathered. So, should it be updated for safety? Yes. Is it a defective condition of the house? No, because that's how the house was built. Most codes are not retroactive and therefore do not go backwards and penalize somebody because they live in an old house. The questions that you're asking me, I've been asked every day for the last 35 years of my life. So I have a picture of it for you. How about that? You see that? That's a three-prong tester. How do I know whether this is GFI'd? Not so much grounded. Not grounded. We have two different things going on here. Get that all day long too. When I start talking about GFIs, ground fault receptacles to a buyer, most buyers say, oh, you mean it's not a grounded outlet? It could be a grounded outlet. In fact, this one is grounded because you can see the two yellow lights are on. Now, I don't know from back there if you can or not. Right here, where the two yellow lights are showing up on this little chart, it says correct wiring. So two yellow lights, correct wiring. How do I know? Because that's outside your house. And I'm seeing a regular receptacle. How do I know, is it GFI protected? Because, you know your name tag up there. Walter.
Yeah.
Walt. Yeah. Walter, I'm talking about a three-prong receptacle that doesn't look like it's GFI, right? Okay. But I plug my tester in, and I push this little button on the top, and it trips. All of a sudden, I lose power. That means there's another GFI somewhere, whether it's a breaker or an outlet somewhere in the house. That outlet's wired through it, and therefore we are GFI protected and current. Now, in our 1969 house with two-prong receptacles outside, it's definitely not GFI protected.
Well, I had this thing put in.
Never make that mistake again. what do Terry and I try to teach in every one of our classes? Hands-on, real-life experience, so you know when you walk out this door today, this is a very, very important part of your real estate transaction.